of Chainsaw Man. I'll be good to go. We certainly are. So yes, she have returned. She covered chapter 73 of Chainsaw Man. As we know, 72. Oh my god, what a chapter! I must say, God, it's getting serious again in Chainsaw Man. It never once not got serious. But you know what I mean? I mean, the whole entire thing of Aki actually was pretty good. Bruh, indeed, completely agree. Just the word bruh. Just the word bruh. It's all it is. That is the mood. That is the tea. It's just bruh. The whole thing of Aki actually was quite interesting because again, it kind of juxtaposes like the original chapter we actually kind of saw him in, and it kind of does in theory tell us a little bit more to what could in theory happen. Granted, still I do have my doubts to what's actually going to transpire. Like I just don't think the actual Gun Devil is who we think he is. Whether or not it's actually someone else completely, whether or not Markham actually has more to do with the whole entire thing with the Gun Devil than what she leads on to believe at this point, only time will tell. But what happens in this chapter, I have no goddamn idea, and I am very scared. I'm so ready for bra moments. I'm so ready. I mean, at this point, why wouldn't you just like expect the bra? If you don't get a bra in Chainsaw Man, then just kind of like, bro. That's how it is. That's how it is. But we are good to go. We certainly are. So actually, we'll see what happens in chapter 73. Which actually is called "Everyday Life No More," which is woo! Power. You stopped screaming last night. Well, looking back on it, I may have defeated the Darkness Devil in hell. Oh yeah, totally. If you're returning to work tomorrow, can you handle looking after Power on your own? We'll probably be fine. We'll be perfectly fine. That's good then. Oh no. Hello, how's it going? Oh no. Oh no. They have been summoned. The three of you look well, I'm glad. Sorry to call you in out of the blue. Excuse me, but what is this concerning? I heard from Captain Kishi there. Hayakawa, as you requested, Division 4 can withdraw from the expedition to eliminate the Gun Devil. It's not a problem. But Denji and Power will be going on the operation. Didn't we think it's gonna happen? We were kind of like, it's not gonna go down the way he expects. Wait, what do you mean? Denji and Power are under my supervision. I'd like to show more people their capabilities to legitimize Division 4. I'm having them temporarily join Devil Extermination Division 7 to carry out the operation. Operation members need to be briefed on related classified material. Hayakawa, if you'll be sitting it out, I'll have to ask you to leave. I'll do it. I've got plans of my own. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I'm going too. Danger's my buddy after all. Oh no. Oh no. Miss Markham, I'm sorry. May I join the operation too? Great, of course you may. Denji and Power will need a guardian with them. No need to worry. Denji doesn't die and Power is quite steady herself. You'll just worry about yourself. Now that all three of you are on the operation, I'll tell you what we know regarding the Gun Devil's current status. The information I'm about to disclose cannot leave this room. As of now, the Gun Devil has already been defeated and confined. What? Huh? No way! Bro? When the Soviet army sighted the Gun Devil for the first time, it had already been taken down by someone else and was in an unconscious state. Bruh? 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 This whole entire time? He's just been vibing out. He's been vibing unconscious. Bruh? This whole entire time. It's just dead ashes. It was all a ruse. We were right. I hate it when we're all right, but we were right. And we're like, this is fishy. This is goddamn fishy. And it was. And it was. Oh shit, it was. Currently, 20% of the Gun Devil's body is possessed by America, 28% by the Soviets, 11% by China, and 4% by other countries. The remaining 37% is held by devils around the world as flesh pieces. No way. That's not possible. What about the guns that killed Jimeno, Kurose, and all the others? Those were made by man. Oh! Oh! Fujimoto! What is going on here, lad? My boy! But the manufacture of guns is strictly controlled in every country by international law. Officially, yes, but in reality, in every country, the government circulates guns manufactured in secret. Though it seems the people trafficking the guns are claiming they obtained them in contracts with the Gun Devil to cover up the unseemly truth. That sounds like a conspiracy theory, does it? All sorts of government funneled arms to areas in conflicts even before. Does it? All sorts of governments funneled arms to areas in conflict even before the Gun Devil. But then fear of the guns will keep rising, as it should. The more the world fears the Gun Devil, the stronger the Gun Devil will grow. Then the nations in possession of more of the Gun Devil's body will have the upper hand against other nations. Holy fuck! Wait, so then an expedition to eliminate the Gun Devil, does that mean yes? I'm sure it will be a kind of war. Oh yeah, thanks for noticing. The first person to actually notice I have a Gintama shirt. Holy fuck! Bro! Bro! Why so down, Top Knot? It's just go kill, go home, right? What, are you scared? Even if we manage to beat the Gun Devil, the body will probably be collected by public safety and kept by the government. We aren't going on a mission to kill the Gun Devil. We're going on a mission to take the Gun Devil from another country for Japan's possession. What's that mean? It means the Gun Devil can never be killed. The Gun Devil will live forever, always being used by one group or another. Wait, what? Nah, man, that can't be right. I mean, I made a promise with Makima. She told me she'd grant me any one wish if I killed the Gun Devil. Ugh. Hey, what's wrong? Future Devil, show yourself. I come out when you say the future rules. Don't be ridiculous. I like him. He's cool. What was that you showed me this afternoon? That was the future soon to come. A future absolutely unavoidable. You and Power will be slaughtered by Denji. After that, the devils that devils fear most shall appear. Bruh! Fujimoto! What's going on here? What's happening? God, this manga hit different after chapter 69, to be honest. Jesus Christ almighty! Oh! Fuck. I feel like I've just been through time itself in the whole entire chapter. Holy... Oh! Oh! So much! Holy shit! So basically, the whole entire thing's futile. They can't kill the Gun Devil. The Gun Devil will always forever live on. Literally, just one after another. So yeah, by the way, he's unconscious. By the way, parts of the world control him. By the way, you can't kill him. By the way, he just grows stronger and stronger when the fear of the guns grows larger. It's like, oh. Effectively speaking, The problem also is their expedition to actually take the Gun Devil isn't for the sake of like humanity itself. It's a sake of possession. So essentially, they're basically just doing they're just doing the bad guy's job essentially, almost in a way. There's not like it's like yeah they possess it, but then if something happens, they've got the upper hand then, haven't they? It's just bruh. So essentially, we've basically gone from we need to take down the Gun Devil to we need the Gun Devil in our possession. Yeah, essentially. It's just literally. They want control. They want control. They want the most powerful thing in the world and control it essentially. Everyone knows now the Gun Devil's the most powerful. Well, I guess second, theoretically speaking, possibly. Like powerful devil in the whole entire world. So Japan wants possession of it. So actually, if something happens, then they basically have it, which is actually a very interesting kind of idea, which I guess kind of does in theory actually. It's one of those things. It's one of those things that it's very fascinating because again sometimes certain things like this actually kind of happens. The idea of wanting something more powerful than the other and actually have the upper hand, say if something happens. It turns the entire thing on its head when it becomes. You're not, theoretically speaking, now following the protagonist actually take down the antagonist. You're more following them gaining control, essentially. It's not like, oh yeah, by the way, we're doing this for the sake of humanity. No, we're doing it for the sake of actually, like, controlling the power that is actually hosted within the Gun Devil. Yeah, essentially. So, theoretically speaking, it's like, yeah, it's a really fucked up loophole. But, it's just, what? It's just, there's no antagonist then, is there? Theoretically speaking, because the Gun Devil just exists as a means to an end, essentially. Which essentially, I guess, is what this whole entire manga has always been kind of implying. That a lot of things are just a means to an end. And essentially, the Gun Devil exists as a means to an end for the power. He's a power piece, essentially, in this whole entire manga. Rather than, That's a good point. We don't know. But it does theoretically now feel like there's less of a it's less like you're wanting them to take down the actual what should you call it, like Gun Devil, more in a sense like what happens if the wrong person gains control of it, essentially. That's now the issue rather than anything else. The issue now that stands is who rightfully deserves the Gun Devil, which that actually then applies that no one does. So it's kind of one of those things that it's a losing battle, essentially. There's no way in hell anyone can win this battle because it's just yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, who's the devil that devils fear the most? That Denji will then kill Aki and Power. Yeah, it's less now. Like they went from protecting humanity to actually, like, practically speaking, possibly protect humanity as well. We don't necessarily know the intentions of those who control it. That's the thing. Well, on one hand, the Gun Devil exists as a power piece now, essentially. It can also then exist as a means to what will then the people do with it, essentially. We don't necessarily know what's going to happen. Like, if, say, Denji's team and everyone else, like, in Japan gets hold of it. That's the thing, we don't know. That's the only thing we don't know. But, theoretically speaking now, if they were to go after it, it's essentially basically a war, as they say. It's not just a battle between gaining power. It's more like we're going to war for this item, essentially. It doesn't kind of feel like anything else I've kind of read before, if you get what I mean. Because it doesn't really feel too detached from anything that will in theory ever, like, transpire, if you get what I mean. In essence, the idea of power, the idea of gaining said power, the idea of then possibly the powers colliding with one another as well. Because don't get me wrong, other mangas actually have had, like, war arcs, essentially. Like, in essence, I believe Naruto had one, and said did Bleach have one as well at some point? But again, there was always the idea that you could tell, like, the good from bad. But here it kind of blurs that slightly, because it's kind of like, but then what happens when one gains the upper hand, essentially? Yeah, essentially, that's the problem. Like, in essence, if one country gets the gun devil essentially now, what does that then mean for the rest of them? They can't just sit there and go, oh, all right. It's not going to be like that at all, because essentially everyone else is now going to go after it. Like, it's always going to be a constant back and forth. So, theoretically speaking, the gun devil exists now as a MacGuffin that exists to actually say, well, this person has the upper hand at this point, but who's to say that in 10 years, 15 years, then someone else might swoop and actually try to take it again? That's the problem. So it doesn't exist. He doesn't exist solely as a means for the protagonist to actually kind of get his wish. He exists as a means to actually kind of exists as a means for world control, essentially. So yeah, I mean, fuck. This has gone like a way I was not expecting. Like, oh my god, I was not expecting this at all. Fuck, man. Shonen Jump just like made a manga about like, oh boy. I guess that does make sense. I guess possibly we don't necessarily know what happens to Denji, say if he does go full blown psychopath, sociopath, all that kind of dealio as well. We don't necessarily know what happens to him at that point. But I've ever seen like glimpses of him saying, "Look, I just don't care anymore." Say if he does, we don't actually know how he gets there. That's the problem as well. That's good point. Also, we don't actually necessarily know how he gets there. That's the only thing. We don't necessarily know how Denji reaches that point, like that he has to kill Power and Aki, but then also then turns the devil's fit the most, essentially. That's the only thing we don't really know. Yeah, we don't know the full picture of what transpires to get Denji to that point. So he could be forced to change, like in essence, like the whole like an undiscovered power that he has that kind of comes out essentially. It might be due to the gun devil essentially. It might be due to the gun devil. We don't necessarily know. That's a problem as well. That could in theory be it. Like in essence, him exposed to the gun devil might actually kind of bring out this undiscovered power he actually doesn't really have. But we don't know. That's the problem. We don't necessarily know the actual full picture here. It's kind of like it's a very segmented picture, but it tells you point C, but it doesn't tell you point B or A, and actually how it kind of flows to point C. That's the only thing we don't necessarily know. Makima actually might in theory kind of do something. That's the thing. We still don't know. We don't know what her intentions are. That's the problem. We know what the world's intentions are. That's the thing we do know. We know the overarching like plan essentially. We know what everyone else wants. We don't know what the individual characters want themselves. That's the only thing we don't know necessarily at this point. So, if say Makima does in theory kind of like defect, whether or not she's actually kind of like like Big Boss from or is it Boss from Metal Solid 3, like in essence she kind of just defects at the end, but you're meant to actually assume she's a traitor. And actually, it all kind of like unfolds. Actually, she isn't kind of evil at all. It might in theory be like that. It was the major. I can't remember now. It's been so long. You know what I mean? Is that kind of character? We don't necessarily know what her true intentions are. Like she could in theory be doing it for the sake of she could be doing it for the sake of humanity as well. We actually have hit the bra territory now. We actually hit like when Luna and Agni kind of get together, but essentially not, because the whole entire thing, how that transpires, is kind of fucked up as well. But that kind of territory of Fire Punch now, we've hit that level of Fire Punch. We've hit that point now, and now all we can do is goddamn wait and find out what actually happens next, because fuck. Oh god, this actually is this is getting spicy, boys. This is getting spicy. Oh god, I did not expect this at all. Like fuck, man. It's just that line. It's like I'm sure it'll be a kind of a war. It's like yeah, God, man, oh man, do we need to find out what happens next? Yeah, that's the problem. We've got to wait a goddamn week. And even then, we'll probably be still, like, in, like, complete darkness about what's going on here. Oh my god. Fujimoto. My boy. What you doing? What are you doing to us? I've never been so scared of a manga in my life than this manga at this point. Oh god. Chainsaw Man be hitting different after chapter 69, to be honest. Be hitting different. Yeah. Everyone's in a 5D chess game. We're just sitting there like, what the fuck is happening? We're just trying to figure out the piece. We're trying to figure out, like, checkmate's already happened, and we're trying to figure out how they got there. We just kind of blinked once, and they just turned to checkmate. Like, what? This is essentially what Chainsaw Man is at this point. It's a whole lot of checkmate, and actually, how the hell did they get here? My oh my, is this gonna be an arc? Or a whole entire manga at this point? I guess this actually might be more like, this is actually gonna be probably like the overarching narrative now. It actually won't be an arc, it actually will be arcs. And it actually will probably lead into possibly like the final section of this whole entire manga as well. Who knows, but I'm scared. So yeah. Guess that'll do it for today. We'll have to find out what happens next week on Chainsaw Man. And actually see what does in free transpire. But as always, my god, I'm just still trying to go over that chapter. Oh my god. Fujimoto, so do this to me, boy. I'm only a 23-year-old boy at this point. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep getting my emotions toyed with every single week, god damn it. Oh god, we have to find out what happens next. But as always, mite kurete arigato. If you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on Twitch, then do leave a follow on Twitch, because indeed there's something quite a bit. If you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on YouTube and doing it for leave a like, because indeed there's something quite a bit. If you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on YouTube and doing free, leave a sub, because indeed there's something quite a bit. If you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole on YouTube and doing free, leave a follow on Twitter, or join our Discord as well, because both do help me quite a lot. But then tell you when these streams go live and any other streams I do as well. But next time, some more Chainsaw Man. See you guys later. Bye for now.